What's going on YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and look at what I have right here. It is a foldable phone. It is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. And honestly, a lot of people when this released, I feel like they were prisoners of the moment. So a lot of them saw a nice, shiny piece of new tech. A lot of YouTubers were very enamored with it, and they gave amazing thoughts right away. And they were so rose-colored glasses, high in the sky, so happy about this device. And honestly, I decided to wait a little bit on it. I decided to really gather my thoughts, give it some time, and now I wanted to give you hopefully a more informed perspective of someone who's been using this for a few weeks and really thinking about, is this device a good device for a normal consumer? And a lot of you are gonna love this Galaxy Z Flip. I'm telling you, it is so improved. But we have to really decide, have foldables really caught up to normal smartphones? Are they worth buying in 2021? And should you consider it? Well, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this Galaxy Z Flip 3. I'm gonna do a full review of this phone right here, right now. Let's get it going. Alright, so the Galaxy Z Flip 3. A lot of you might not understand it, and a lot of you might be like me. I'm a very practical person. So I thought to myself when I bought this phone, why would I buy a phone that's going to cost more? It's not going to have as good of a camera, by the way. The cameras in this are not as good as the S21 Ultra. Why would I buy a phone that has slightly worse battery life, or worse battery life than some of these other phones, just so I could have the ability to fold, and that's it. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be annoying when I have to unfold my phone every single time? You have to remember, there is a screen on the outside, so you could still crack the screen if you drop it. Now, it's a lesser screen. It's a screen that's actually cheaper to replace. I think it's around 150 bucks for Samsung to do it, but it's still a little bit annoying that you could still crack a screen, right? So closing this phone does not make it more durable. It's also a lot harder to use this phone with one hand because it's harder to open with one hand, and when you do open it, it's like a 6.7 inch screen, right? So this is a really big screen and it's tough to handle. Now, I said all that because I wanted to get it all out of the way, right? We want to be honest, we want to be objective, and we want to bring up the negative points up front to really say, okay, has this foldable phone really got over those points? Is there a reason why we should buy this? Is there a reason why some people should really get this over a normal smartphone? So the reason you would buy this isn't like the same reason you would buy a normal flip phone, okay? And the reason you would buy this is not because it's just a better phone overall. So what in the world are you spending $1,000 for, or $800? I've seen a lot of sales online, right? So what in the world would you spend $800 to $1,000 on this phone for? Well, the big reason why you're spending that money is simply to put this phone in your pocket and have a smaller form factor in your pocket. Because you have this cover display and you could program it to show your calendar events, your music, your weather, your alarm, and all those things. So it's really, really awesome. So it's really, really cool that you could see your notifications on this screen, and then you don't have to open up your phone. And the fact that it's this nice small form factor, it's really, really easy to fit in your pocket. And I also love using it for calls. I love shutting it for calls. Those are things we don't often think about. And it's really just an awesome phone. It does, of course, as a lot of people have said, it starts conversations, right? It's really cool to pull out a foldable phone. And there's also a lot of other perks too. You have wireless charging on the bottom part of this phone. So that means you could put a pop socket on the top, for example. I also love that they have a regular fingerprint sensor. If you look at the side of the phone, if you're up and down in your volume here, you have over here your SIM card slot. But when I think about this form factor, I get a bigger screen than I would normally buy, okay? It's a 6.7 inch screen. It's gonna be the size of a large phone, a phone like the Galaxy S21 Plus or something like that. So you're gonna get a phone like that in size, but then you get the small form factor with it. And that's a big deal. You might be willing, and I'm thinking about this, your average user might actually want that trade-off. This phone is not dust resistant, okay? It is water resistant, but the way it's water resistant is a little unique. It will let water in, like these hinges and stuff. There might be a way for some water to get in, or there is a way, but then they have all these gaskets and all these things around their components that are on the inside to protect it from the water. So hopefully the water would dry out by the time it gets to anything. And realistically, I'm not saying you should go dunk your phone, okay? But this is IP certified, so you can drop your phone in water for X amount of time. Okay, so it is meant to withstand some water. The camera on this phone, and I'm gonna show you some pictures here, it's phenomenal. it's great. It really takes great photos, okay? So I really like the photos you get out of this Z Flip 3. I think you're gonna get great photos, and I don't think you're gonna notice the difference between this and the S21 Plus. Now, you're not gonna get 100 times zoom or things like that, but this takes great photos. That's a plus. Now, the photos won't be as good as the S21 Ultra, again, but it's so darn close, are you even gonna notice? This does have the latest processor, okay? It's a Snapdragon 888. It's blazing fast, so you're not compromising on the speed of the phone. It's got plenty of storage on the phone. You don't have to compromise on that. This has a 120 Hz refresh rate, so there's a lot of improvements over last year's Galaxy Z Flip. You have a better refresh rate. You also could lower that if you want to save some battery life. You also have great performance, and the camera's almost as good. It has water resistance, and it's not dust resistant. So you're taking away a little bit of dust resistance. You're taking away like the 100 times zoom from the camera, things that people don't really use, and you're going to get a small form factor. There's not a lot of compromises here, right? And I've got to say, I thought it would be annoying that I have to open up my phone every time, but honestly, it's made me a lot more conscious of when I'm using my phone, right? I have to think about it. Do I want to open up my phone or do I not? And I'm telling you, mental health is so important in our times today because mental health has been a big deal. People are addicted to their smartphones, and I think a lot more of us need to take a second before we decide we need to open our phones. So I thought that would be a big deal, but it's not, right? It has a built-in screen protector that is more durable than last year. This phone is supposed to be 70% more durable than previous years, so I can't guarantee that this phone is not going to break or something down the line, or that the durability is going to be as good as a normal smartphone. But it looks like it's going to be pretty darn close, at least from everything we're seeing. So again, what are the drawbacks? The one drawback is the battery life, okay? And everyone with rose-colored glasses said it wouldn't be a big deal. And for almost everyone, at least these techies, it is a big deal. So you have to ask yourself how much battery life you need. Now, to give you some perspective, okay? When smartphones were not 120 Hertz, when they didn't have all of these features, a 3000 milliamp battery would probably get a normal user through the day. This has 3300, right? So it has a smaller battery than the Google Pixel 4 XL. That has 3,700. You also have phones like the S21 Ultra that have 4,500 milliamp batteries. I think the S21, the regular S21, even had like a 4,200 milliamp battery. You've got the Google Pixel 5a that has like a 4,680 milliamp battery. You've got all these batteries around 4 to 4,500, and those are phones with good battery life, and this has 3,300, okay? So it's a step below good battery life, okay? I would say it's mediocre battery life. So battery life, it is a big compromise, right? It's not a small one. And if you're a user out there who needs good battery life, you are not gonna be near a charger. This phone, as much as it is cool, as much as you're gonna love the form factor, you're gonna fall out of love with this phone in 2 weeks when you have to live near a charger and when you can't find one, and it's gonna be extremely annoying to you. But if you are a moderate user and you're someone who's wanting to use your phone even less, maybe you have a tablet, okay? Maybe you want to use your laptop a little more and you want to just use this phone when you need to. Well, the screen is going to keep you a little bit away from your phone, right? Because it's shut. You're going to have to consciously look at your phone, look at your notifications and say, do I want to open this? That might keep you away from your phone even more, in a good way. And if you're already a moderate user, I think the battery life would be just fine for you. Also, there are some ways to improve the battery life, and there's a bunch of crazy ways. I downloaded an app that lowered the refresh rate, and I had to put some codes in the computer. I had to open up a command prompt and connect to ADB. It's something you download, and I'll link to a video in the description that actually shows you how to do that. And when I did all that, I was able to limit the speed of my phone to 70%, and I did not even notice at all, right? This phone is so fast, you don't notice a minor reduction in the speed. And I also lowered the refresh rate, and that did improve battery life a little bit. And when you see this phone for so cheap, I'm seeing it go on sale quite a bit. I'm seeing activation discounts on Best Buy for like $700. I'm seeing student discounts on the Samsung website. All of those links are in the description. And man, I'm seeing a lot of great deals. So for those prices, if you're seeing this at a great sale, maybe you get a great trade-in on your device, this device might be worth getting. And the only real caveat for most people is going to be, number one, do you need a dust-resistant phone? And number two, do you need the absolute best camera? I mean, this is a phenomenal camera, right? So you don't have to worry about it, but do you need the very best? Because that's not why you buy a foldable phone, okay? It's an amazing camera. It's a great phone. It's got great performance, but you have to ask yourself, do I need better battery life? And do I need dust resistance? Those are the really two cons of this phone. And if you could get over those issues, I'm telling you, you are really gonna enjoy this Z Flip 3. And I've enjoyed it way, way more than I thought I would, okay? I've enjoyed it so much. It is one of the most unique phones. I love it. And I did not like the Motorola Razr, by the way, okay? I did not like that. But I actually I know the fingerprint sensor is a little high on here, but I like it. I like having a fingerprint sensor on the power button. I like being able to fold it shut. I like being kept away from my phone a little bit. I like how it makes me more conscious about using my phone. I like how it feels. I feel like the phone is a little more narrow than some other phones. I love how if you're doing a video call, you could put your phone like this and the hinge stays open like this. And you could have a great video call. You could just leave it on your desk. I was also watching a video the other day and I was able to leave my screen on the desk like this. And the weight is so evenly distributed that I did not even need to worry about it. It kept my phone up just by having the hinge a little bit open. You still have this little hinge in the middle. You have some minor things and the battery life is bad. If you're okay with moderate battery life, if you have chargers around, if you use wireless chargers a lot, this is an amazing phone. And I think finally, foldable phones are catching up to regular phones. And it is so exciting that all of these things I mentioned in the beginning of my video, all of those things did not mean much to me in the end because I just opened up the phone and it felt fun to use. Smartphones are fun again. They're fun. They're exciting, right? It's really cool. I don't know why this is cool. This might seem stupid to a lot of people, but it's fun that it folds, okay? Or it's fun that it flips. It's fun to have a flip phone and it fits great in my pocket. And I enjoy this phone a lot. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if you can. Give me a sub to my channel. It would mean a lot as a smaller creator. And by the way, if you really like this video, check out some other videos as well. And like me on Twitter at twitter.com/digestandroid. Not Android Digest, no, twitter.com/digestandroid, where I have a lot of news and I share a lot of videos and I just have a lot of fun. So thanks so much. Have a great day. And I hope you enjoy your week, and I hope you enjoy whatever device you decide to buy. Have a good one.